first slide is, this is the agenda for the night. Okay, what is whoops, I always do that, whoops. What is business? What is a business mastermind? Business models. Reasons businesses fail. 5 pillars to improve your business. And then this is your confidentiality, non-disclosure agreement. And then this is my credentials and the levels of business that we guys, the things that, this here, it depends on your business. If you're at 0, well then you're at a certain level of information, because we don't want to give you information that, we're not going to give you information that you're not ready for, because if you're wasting your money. And you're not going to be able to afford it anyway, because you're not making that kind of money to afford it. So it doesn't make any sense. So the definitions of business. Business has 3 dimensions of a meaning. Commerce is an occupation, is an organization. That's just the basics of what a business is. Alright? And that's really what it is. It's commerce. You make some money, it's an occupation, and it's an organization. So it's a little bit more to it than just what you may be thinking about. Alright? So definition of business. Business is an occupation, right? Business as an occupation is the acquired set of specialized skills, right? So the word is specialized. Most times when we go to school, you're learning generalized, okay? So now you're learning specialized skills and abilities that allows people, entrepreneurs, to create valuable goods and services. So these people could be called entrepreneurs, all right? But remember, it's specialized skills. Most people don't have specialized skills. They have general skills. Alright? Business as an organization is the system. You have to create a system of task and authority relationship that coordinates and controls the interaction between people so that they work toward a common goal. This is a big one, right? Basically, this is all about getting your employees to work with you so that you can all create a common goal, right? So that's what it is. It's all about organization, and it is a system. So business as a system is a combination of business, commerce, occupations, and organizations that produces and distributes the goods and services that create value for people in our society. The word is create value. You either create services, like what you mentioned, or you're creating goods, like you're selling something. So it depends, and you got to be very good at these 2. So how to multiply your business results while reducing your time, risk, and effort. That's very important, because most people have a different view, and when you have a different view, everyone has different views, but the mastermind method is how to multiply your business while reducing your time, risk, and effort. That's the key. And that's why you find an expert who can help you to do that. Alright, so the mastermind, whoops, we go back. Alright, so the mastermind principle is to analyze the racket of any man who has accumulated. So if you analyze the racket, right, of any man or any entrepreneur who has accumulated a great fortune, and many of those who have accumulated modest fortunes, right, and you will find that they have either consciously or unconsciously employed the mastermind principle. Serious, right? So anyone that any business owner who has tried to accumulate a large amount of wealth, they either consciously or unconsciously start creating this mastermind principle. This is a principle. So what you're involved in is a principle. Okay, so like this. I like it. So you got coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony. That's a mastermind. That's what I was talking about earlier. Is that the people who are in the mastermind, right? It will be a coordination. You guys will be working together of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony, right? Between 2 or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. So your job is that I'll be working with you and giving you some of my knowledge in a spirit of harmony between me and you to get your business to work. That's what the mastermind. So he's answering the question. So this is a cool guy here, Napoleon Hill, right? So he says, no two minds ever come together without thereby creating a third, invisible, intangible. It means it's not even their force, which may be likened to a third invisible mind. Pretty deep, but it's real. Alright? That's basically synergizing. That's how powerful it is. So in normal terms, in math or as an accountant, you would say that 1 plus 1 is 2. But that's not what he's saying here. He's saying 1 plus 1 is 4. What he's saying here. Okay? So that's why the principle of mastermind is so powerful. Because it goes against normal math accounting information. Alright, so here you're asking a question. Our purpose. The Bermuda Mastermind is designed to educate and inspire people, entrepreneurs, to create greater success in their lives by employing the mastermind principle. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. So you want to make sure that you know who's in that mastermind. That's why I said earlier, whoever's lucky enough to be in it would be great. Be lucky enough to get in it, when you pretty much you just got to fight to get in it. Alright, so this is all different things. What is the mastermind? It's right. So you got this. It's a collaboration. It's a think tank, right? And usually the think tank is what I already have. Creative brainstorming, which is what I'm very good at. Discussion forum is what you guys are here for. Coaching, tap into new ideas, strategic planning, all these things here, right? Is what can make up the mastermind, which is all this stuff. A lot of this stuff is blind to you. Alright? So how is mastermind different than these things? Okay? So most people think that once they get, well, a lot of businesses are created wrong. So businesses are just like you buy homes wrong, business are created wrong. So most people feel that, I just brainstorm and I have a business. Alright? Other people think, I just do coaching or just have collaborative thinking or strategic planning, think tanks, discussion forums, coffee with a friend. I'll sit off, or we don't have Starbucks here, but we'll sit off at a coffee shop and then you just create this idea. That's not mastermind. You need really high quality people in your group in order to get this up. Because one thing they always said, that if you take advice from somebody who's more screwed up than you, they're in trouble. So all this stuff really doesn't add up. But that's what some people think it actually is. So see how many of these great masterminds, right? So you guys are realizing this stuff's always been in motion. It's just that it's been blind to a lot of people. So you see how many of these great masterminds history you can identify, right? It's pretty cool stuff, right? These are these two guys, right? And you guys ever heard of Andrew Carnegie? Mm-hmm. You heard of Andrew Carnegie? You heard that, right? So J.P. Morgan, well, obviously you heard of J.P. Morgan, but that was J.P. Morgan before it was today. Right? Together, they built the U.S. Steel Corporation, became the largest steel company in the world at that time. These guys were millionaires. They were like, these guys were almost considered like Bill Gates is right now and Warren Buffett is right now at that level. That's what these guys were at. So these guys created the biggest largest steel company in the world. So Andrew Carnegie became wealthy as he was a self-made man on earth in his time. He was a self-made millionaire, right, on the earth at that time, and he did a really, really good job, right. A lot of stuff came from him, right. So he says, I personally know nothing about this guy did not know nothing about the steel business, right. So he says, I personally know nothing about the manufacturing or selling of steel, but the 50 members of my mastermind group. You're right. So most people think that they have to be intelligent enough to run a business. You need to be intelligent to run a business. But that's what, most people start a business wrong. Most people start their businesses technically. So they started wrong. Sorry? That's the concept of the books that I was reading. Exactly. So you're on the right path. So there you go. So that's Andrew Carnegie. This guy here, John Rockefeller, right? He was the president of the Standard Oil Company, number one refining company of his day. The Standard Oil has become ExxonMobil, Mobile Oil, BP. BP's have a broken pipe. No, I mean, I don't know why somebody got this in Amoco, Conoco, Arco, BP America. You used to work with BP?
We did the finances.
So, anyway, that's what you done. These are your masterminds. Alright? And it flies in. So keeping harmony among the wild and woody members of his mastermind was his most important role. The mastermind group was entirely responsible for the tremendous growth of his business. So part of being in a mastermind is controlling the people that are in it, and that's tough because everybody has their own personality, everybody has their own view, and everybody has their own personality. It's crazy. And then here's the three guys: Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, and a guy named after me, Harvey Firestone. You know who he is. Harvey Firestone, for those guys, developer of rubber tires. Henry Ford was developer of the production line. You don't really see that in Bermuda too much. You don't see no production lines in Bermuda. And the world's greatest inventor, they say it's Thomas Edison. Right? So all these were great masterminds in history. So Thomas Edison is the world's greatest inventor, was finished for developing the electrolyte bulb. Right? So that's what he did. When Thomas Edison's factory burnt to the ground, Ford came by the next day and gave him a check for $750,000 to get started again. So it's pretty good that when you have an investor, not just in vain. You know what I'm saying?
So that would be considered good debt.
That would be considered good debt.
Okay, what's the I'm just when I say good debt.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
They're not good, but you know what I mean.
It might be good debt. It's hard to tell at this point. But I still know what you're saying. I don't even know what you're saying, but I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. So you got Thomas Edison. I would be embarrassed at the honors, right? So I would be embarrassed at the honors that are being heaped upon me. This unforgettable night where not for the fact that in honoring me, you're also honoring the vast army of deacons and workers in the past. So that's what he's saying there, right? So I think, and so he's letting you know that many minds is how he came to be where he is. Henry Ford began his business career under the handicap of poverty, illiteracy, and ignorance. This guy, in other words, he was a normal dude. Everybody says, you need money to make money. No, you're not. By using the principle of the mastermind, Ford became one of the richest men in America within 25 years. So what you're saying is this guy was broke, and within 25 years, all you guys are over 25, right? For some of you, right? But within 25 years, this guy was one of the richest guys in America because he became a part of a mastermind. He got rid of trying to be right and joined somebody who can make him right. From his mastermind, Henry Ford learned about using production lines in manufacturing. His Model T was the first production line car ever built, making the automobile affordable for the average man. You gotta remember that, before there were cars, there were horses. So who would have thought that there would be cars? See? So when people say that you can't do something, that's what you're in deep.